Hey everyone, it's Chris with Artifact, and this is part of a video series where we're taking a look at pieces from my personal collection that I use for design inspiration for projects. These pieces can be vintage apparel, military, skateboard ephemera, just stuff that tickles my fancy. So let's take a look at what I've got today in this bag right here. Well, you should probably know now that I am pretty obsessed with headgear. I love hats. I've collected them for years, and I love them when they're personalized to this degree. This is a Boonie hat from the Vietnam War. It is theater made, meaning it wasn't an issued piece. This is one that was made in country by a tailor, and it's in an ERDL pattern camouflage. So this is a U.S. camouflage that they made this from, and you can tell, like, there's many signs. The foliage band just has that look to it. It's got these kind of chintzy looking vent grommets, the grommets here that are just usually not even symmetrical, that because when they press them, they're just not using a good press. On the crown of the cap, you've got 101st Airborne patch, full color. Now it is a marrow edge, but you know, they use that. So, and then you've got direct embroidery on the brim, and this is obviously really special to me because it says Nebraska, and that's where I live. And so this guy wanted to represent the heartland. And then here's his last name. And here's a cool, looks to be a theater embroidered, machine embroidered paratrooper badge that's on a heavy twill here. And I love the shape of that one. The wings are really cool in the construction. Then looking on the inside, pretty typical, this kind of looser weave lining. You'll see these in other, like, tiger stripe boonies and whatnot. Look at, talk about the chintzy grommet. Like, look at the way they flanged out in like a star pattern, and it's just like, you know, that's part of the charm of these pieces. They're not necessarily built on the level of what we were issuing soldiers, but for various reasons they wanted to procure these as an individual sense of style, or maybe it was availability. And so I haven't had this Boonie that long. I had been kind of out of the collecting world for a while, and then I want to say, like, I took my kids to a military collectible show that's a local one, and I ran into an old friend of mine who, you know, we go back in the day. He's a dealer, and he had this tucked behind his booth, and he, you know, I don't know if he was intending to keep it for himself, but I think he knew that I'd be so interested in it that he had to share it with me, and then inevitably I had to buy it because I have no self-control when it comes to a piece of headgear like this. It's just not gonna happen. But I went home. I mean, it's a, you know, they call that this is a one looker. I mean, this got everything going for it. This isn't some dolled up piece. So I went home and I looked up the name and found out immediately who the gentleman was. And yeah, so I haven't had this that long. This guy passed away in 2016, April. And I want to say that show that I went to was May. So what we have here is we've got a man who passed away. They liquidated his estate. Somebody bought it at his estate at the liquidation, and then it just got into the hands of my friend. And so that's pretty quick from just like being like tucked away for decades to being out there on the secondary market and then finding its way into my hands. And this comes from the Lincoln Journal-Star. It just talks, that's the newspaper in Lincoln, and it talks about his obituary, where he was proud of serving his country in the 101st Airborne during the Vietnam War. And it talks about that he survived by his family. But that's nice, that tie in there where it's like, you know, ding, ding, ding. I've got a name and a face that's tied to this piece, which only makes it that much cooler. And if I wanted to, I could, you know, research even further to see, like, specifically what unit he was in and where he served. But yeah, this is a great piece. So, and I've got plenty more Boonies. I've got berets. I've got all of that. So if you like what you're seeing here, like, subscribe to my channel, make a comment in the comment section, tell me what you want to see. I probably have it. I'll dig it out and we can take a look at it. Thanks for watching.